Tamily. It's time for our 105th Ask Tamily interview with Hebe. Her Instagram name is HEBEG_Tam, and we will start with her in just a moment. We do have questions planned, of course, but we love to take questions from the chat as much as we can. So please do type in any questions that you have for her. I can't believe we're at 105 interviews and it's July 25th, 2020. It's insane. So we will get connected with her in just a second. And there she is. I'm sending the invite. And we're just waiting for the connection. Now we're connecting. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm so excited.
We're so excited to have you. Thanks for being our 105th interview.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, we'll go ahead and get started with some of the questions that we've planned, and then we'll check the chat for questions also.
Okay.
So our favorite question is, when and how did you start with the Tracy Anderson method?
Okay. I started formally in 2015 when I went to New York to attend a class at the studio. I went to the Tribeca studio, to the small one, the first one at Harvard Street. That was my first time with heat and humidity, and it was really awesome. It was hard, the first class, but it was okay. And since then, I started to follow the method. I bought. I didn't go to the streaming directly, but I bought this one. This DVD that has become the holy grail for me. I will be doing this all my life. But before this, I remember that it was something like 2008, I think. I started searching some information about Tracy, because at those days I was, and I am still is, I am a big fan of Madonna. And at those days, Tracy was her personal trainer. So I knew about Tracy because I came across a picture of Madonna and Tracy in the British newspaper, The Guardian. So I started looking for information about Tracy Anderson and her method. And yes, I read a lot, and I could see many short movies in YouTube. For example, the arm section that she was doing. And I was pretty amazed about the method. And okay. I tried to do some special parts of this that I could see in YouTube in my personal routine, in my personal program when I went to the gym or so. But it was in 2015 when I started formally.
Okay. And so when did you start streaming?
A year after, in 2006.
Okay.
Yes, I've been in 2016. I went again to New York to attend more classes, and I stayed 3 weeks.
Oh,
And I yes, and I went to the Tribeca studio also, but the big one. Um, and yes, I attended classes every day, and I fell in love with the method. So when I came back to my country, I registered for the streaming, and I started with the daily classes.
so what kind of results have you seen since you've been trying the method?
A lean body, absolutely, because I was kind of, I had a kind of bulky body before, because of the kind of workouts that I was doing. I used to train with big machines, with heavy waves. So the first thing I could see was just how lean my arms and my legs were, and they still are. So yes, I am so happy about this. It's great.
What made you pick this method over other methods you had tried?
Well, because it's at this time of my life, Tracy Anderson method is just a summary of other workouts that I have done. I can find things related to Pilates or bar exercises, and but it's just it's so easy to follow, and yeah, the method is so robust. So I find it perfect, perfect for me today.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say it's easy to follow. Like for the people who do it,
Yes,
it is
yes,
easy to follow. But for some
absolutely.
people, they think like, how do you know what you're doing? She's not telling you what to do. But
Mhm.
I could never go back to any way of someone.
No, absolutely true.
Yeah, it definitely has to be the right workout for you. But once it is, that's
Yes, absolutely. It's the I find every class just very well organized, and I don't know, it works for me, and I think that it works in general, because I can see all the women doing this in this Tamily community. So I know the method works, and I think the reason is just because the method is not something that has came up spontaneously. It's just because Tracy has done a lot of studies and researching. So that's why the method is so incredible.
Mhm. Absolutely. So who in the Tamily inspires you?
Oh, well, it's a very special question, because I think that all the women inspired me in this Tamily community. It's a place where I can feel in my place. I can feel a lot of support. Sometimes I have posted some things about, okay, I am kind of not depressed, but I'm kind of down. I was not that inspired, blah blah blah, and always having this special support from women. It's amazing. It's something that have no words. I have no words. And of course, I have friends, um, special friends.
Mhm.
But yeah, for example, I don't know, Georgia Alexandra is my very first friend, because
Oh,
we met in New York, and we are always in touch. And also Zurich Cassirer. We also met in the 59 studio, and we share classes there, 2 different years. And I don't know, I should say Natalia, for example. Natalia is Happiness Through Love. Natalia, we have never met, but we have a connection, and it's so incredible, you know. And I know that we will meet someday, of course. Another girls, for example, Rebecca Worthman, I think, if it is correct, my pronunciation. And yes, we have a special feeling as well. So, but in general, with all the women, I love to see the post of all of them every day. It's something that makes me feel really, really good.
Well, the people that you mentioned, I mean, I know everyone is inspirational and awesome members of our community, but those people are some of the sweetest people on earth.
Yeah.
And
yes, absolutely.
in the Tamily, but like anywhere ever, they are
Yes.
definitely great examples of the Tamily community.
Yes, great girls. I remember when we met with Georgia, and we were having a cup of coffee in a place in New York City, and when we start talking, it was like we had met before. We knew each other, and it was incredible. It was a very special feeling. I will always remember it. It was awesome.
Yeah, she is a very, very welcoming person, especially to meet her if you get to go to New York City.
Yes.
I totally agree. How do you get and stay motivated to work out regularly?
I should say that I personally have the workout just included in my life. It's something that I have like a habit, and I started working out at a very young age. And it is difficult for me not to do it when I wake up in the morning and I think that I have a tough day ahead. And then I think, okay, but at, I don't know, 6 p.m., I will be doing my workout. So that's the motivation. It's because it's my time in the day. And I don't need anything special. It's simple like that. I always say that being on the mat is my very best version of myself, because I am in the better mood, in the best mood ever when I am working out. So that's it. It's simple like that.
That makes perfect sense. I was going to ask, have you been to a Vitality Week or a studio? So we know you've been to studios. Have you been to a Vitality Week also?
No, no. I haven't been to a Vitality Week. I couldn't organize, because every time a Vitality Week is published, it's kind of with a very short notice, that it was always complicated to organize the trip and my work and everything. So I couldn't. I haven't, but I always say yes, because I will for sure.
Well, going to the studio is like really almost the same thing. Like, it's so exciting, the energy, the environment, the trainers.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yes, yes. Being at the studio, it's something really beautiful, and it's different. I remember that at the beginning, the first year I went and I took my iPhone, my camera. I wanted to record my moves. I didn't see anything else doing this. So yeah, but because I think the atmosphere is different. Maybe, for example, within Tamily, most of the women are in different parts of the world. So to us, it's really important to share our moves, our daily workouts or weekly workouts. But maybe for the people that have the possibility to go to the studio, maybe it's completely different. It's just a different routine. But yes, I really appreciate the way the people is so kind when you are there for a few days or a few weeks, and they are always friendly, attentive, and I really loved to go there.
Yeah, it really is an excellent experience that anytime anyone's near a studio, they should really try to go at least to one class.
Yes, of course. I the first time in 2015, I went only to 2 classes, but then I came back in 2016, 17, 18, and 19, and I stayed 3 weeks, and I went to the Tribeca studio every day, every single day, doing different classes. My favorite class, it's the band class.
Okay.
It's really good, and when I go there, I try to do it most of the time because I like it very much, and I can do it at home, of course. It's completely different, but it's a very unique class because the way you are working with your arms while you are doing your legs workout, it's great, it's amazing.
Yeah, I've actually never tried one. I have got to try that. That's definitely.
Yes, you have to. You have to. It's incredible. It's really good.
It looks fun.
You will feel the pain in the upper part of your body at the beginning, but then you will feel great. It's so amazing. Yes.
What would be your advice to someone that's new to the Tamily or new to the method?
I don't know. It's difficult to say because it's something very personal. But to the people that is new to Tamily, I can say that Tamily is a very, very beautiful community to belong to. And that you will always find support from other women, which is great. And about the method, the most important thing is that the people, the women that are new for the method, be aware that this is not a how can I say, a 2 days of the week workout. It's a method to do every day. It's something that you have to incorporate in your life. It's tough at the beginning, but then when you get used to it, it's amazing, and you will never leave it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yes.
What would be your advice to someone that is not new, but they're not feeling motivated right now?
Well, I think that sometimes it happens, and it's natural. It happened to me. Well, not with the Tracy Anderson method, but when I was doing different workouts, when I used to go to the gym or something, I think it's natural because it's when we are working out, we are constantly looking for improvement, and sometimes we find ourselves in a kind of, a plateau, and we think that we are we are not going anywhere. So it happens, we have to relax. Maybe it is better to just do a pause, a break, and do anything else. For example, I don't know if you like to run or to do dance cardio or whatever, and then you will be back. It's so normal. It's something that happens all the time. So that's not a big deal.
Mhm. Yeah,
It has never been for me, at least.
Mhm. Yeah, if it's the workout for you, for sure.
Mhm.
Have you faced any challenges in doing the method?
Yes, yes, for sure. I have. The main challenge for me has been at the studio, the heat and the humidity. That was something that I knew that was part of the method, but it was so hard, so hard. The first class, I remember it, it was really tough. And then every time when I went back, um, to the studio, it took me 2 or 3 classes to get used to this high temperature, because the conditions in the room, it is not possible to have the same conditions in at home. So, and especially with the humidity. So that was my biggest challenge. And then with the advanced class, for example, when Tracy add this special headstand or some kind of move that is a tricky one. So yes, the moves that includes a lot of effort from my wrist. Okay, that's a big challenge for me. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, especially if you do advanced, there's a lot of
Yes, yes,
fancy moves there.
yes, of course.
What is something that you've learned from Tracy?
Um, well, from Tracy, I learned many things, but I think the first one and the most important is that when she says that each one of us is unique. I remember one of the interviews I watched about her, and someone asked about how to get a Hollywood star body, and she and she answers that this that was a question that she really hates. She doesn't like because of this, because everyone is unique and you have to think about you and not to be like other people. So that's something really important to every woman. I think it's it's um, it's something important to accept ourselves like we are. And then I respect a lot Tracy Anderson because of um, of her studies and how she created this method for everyone. I think that is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What is your favorite thing about the method?
My favorite thing is that the method is constantly in evolution. It's what I think. Every week, I can see that there's an evolution in the way they organize the classes, and this is something that I like because I am a very organized person. So uh, every week I am waiting for the class the breakdown. It's something that works for me, at least. And one of the things that I also like is that the class is in silence. I mean, I can only listen to the music, but I don't have to listen to any instructions from the instructor. So that's a very good characteristic. I don't know. It allows me to concentrate in the moves and in myself, and it's really a good characteristic. I really like it.
Yeah, that's the part of it that's like the most amazing to me, that you know, you can just be completely absorbed in it, like
Absolutely.
meditation kind of. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, and it's something that I haven't realized until the day I went to the fitness club here in Buenos Aires, and I went to do a spinning class, sports cycle class, and I couldn't stand the instructor, and so I was so annoyed. And okay, then I analyzed the whole situation, and I realized that it was because I was just used to not listen to anybody during a class. Yes, it's something that yes, I really appreciate.
Yeah, yeah, that might be the thing I could never change. Like, I love everything about it, but that is
That is the
such an
point.
important part. Yes,
Yes.
exactly. What is some advice that you have received from the Tamily that's been helpful to you?
Um, yes, I don't call it. I shouldn't call it an advice, but it's something that I have learned from many women that were or are struggling against a very painful situation, or a very I don't know, a disease, for example. And sometimes when I read posts of for example, I am following Alicia. Alicia is a lady from Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, and she's struggling chemio, and I cannot believe how she behaves against her illness. It's something that inspires me all the time. She's brave, she's courageous, and well, that are the things. Those are the things from which I learned. It's not an advice; it's something that happens to
Yeah.
other women. So that's why this community is so great, because these things are part of our lives, and it's sad, but we have to face sometimes these kind of um, issues.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's something, about this community. Her inspiration helps other people, and those people help her too. Like,
Mhm.
it's, it's a very giving community.
Yes, absolutely. And for example, since 2017, I am suffering from anxiety. I am still under therapy, and I have been through awful times. And uh, I didn't explain it in my post.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I kept kind of for my own,
Mm-hmm.
but I always got inspiration from these kind of posts of other women, because I knew that if I had posted something related, I would have received a very positive message in reverse. So yeah, it's wonderful. I love it. I love to be part of this.
Yeah, and it helps for us to know like everyone goes through things and
Hmm.
we're all gonna make it through. You know,
Yes.
there's different hard times for some
Hmm.
people, while, you know, others might not be going through hard times then, but if we can all be here for each other through it.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, have you gotten anyone to start doing the method in a dedicated way like you?
Well, unfortunately, I couldn't yet. Um, my friends are always curious about the method, and they are always following me in the Instagram. But no, I couldn't. I haven't yet. I haven't accomplished this task. But okay, I have two girlfriends, Soledad and Luli, and they are very close to me, and they are very curious about the method. And I think I will do this work with them. Yes, for
Okay.
sure.
Are they
Very
watching your
very
interview?
soon. Sorry.
Are they watching your interview today?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Yes.
Maybe that will help them to learn about it.
They are kind of stubborn girls, but I will convince them.
That's perfect. Almost everyone in the Tamily is stubborn.
Yes.
They'll be perfect fit. So what is your routine with your workout? Do you do attain, intermediate, start, and do you
Yes. Yes.
cardio?
I do mainly advanced because it's the one I like most.
Mhm.
But sometimes, if I am too tired, uh, I go for the fundamental.
Mhm.
It depends. From Monday to Friday, I usually do this in the afternoon, and I love the advanced because it is the toughest one, but I get a kind of local workout, also a kind of aerobic at the beginning of the class, so it's great. But sometimes I'm too tired, so I go straight to the fundamental. And during the weekend, I try to go and do the classes, for example, in the morning, not very early, but in the morning, and then in the afternoon, if I have time, I do something else like dance cardio. Yes, it
Okay.
depends. It depends of the week, and it depends of the time of the year also.
Do you take rest days regularly or do you try to work out?
Nah, not rest day for me. Once in a while, but no, it's not. No, I usually don't think of a rest day. I prefer to do something, or maybe if I am extremely tired or lazy, that could be. I can do just a part of the class, not all the class, and I mix with 15 minutes of dance cardio.
Mhm.
So yes, no, no, I don't rest. I don't have rest days usually.
Um, do you use heat and humidity at home too?
I have two different systems for
Mhm.
heating, but I cannot reach the high temperatures
Yeah.
of the studio. No, it's not possible. But I usually, yes, I turn on the heat. Yes.
Um, do you have a motivational quote that you would like to share with the Tamily?
Yes, yes, I have one that I love. Push yourself because nobody else is going to do it for you. and it works for your workout or for your day, your studies, your life, your work, for everything. It's
True.
really motivational for me.
Absolutely. What is your personal philosophy about working out?
Well, I will say something that is a slogan of a brand. That's just do it. It's the Nike slogan. It's a motto, but it's so true because you don't have to think a lot about the workout. You have to do it. That's it. You have to choose something and do it. Because sometimes people are thinking, I don't know if I do this or do that, if it will be better or not. I think if you do your workout, it's better than not to do it, always. So, and unless you have a disease or something, okay.
Right.
But in general conditions, it is better just do it.
So we have another question for you, but I just wanted to make sure if there's any questions in the chat. Lots of hearts. Everybody loves you.
Thank you.
So if anyone does have any questions, please type them into the chat. But we would also like to know, where do you live and what do you do?
Okay, I was born and I live in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And I work for an international company. I work for an oil and gas German company. Right now at home because we are under lockdown. Argentina is having the longest lockdown of the world. We started we started on 17 March and we are still under lockdown in a different phase, but under lockdown. Okay, my studies, I am an architect and I have some studies of reservoir engineering as well. So yeah, that's it.
I love asking that question and finding out how different, everyone's careers. And I think you're the first person we've interviewed that lives in Argentina. So that's really awesome.
I have never met anyone within Tamily or at the studio from my country. I don't know. Maybe they are, but I haven't met anyone.
There must be, but
yes, sure.
So we have a question from Hannah.
Okay.
She would like to know, what makes a class amazing for you?
It depends. I don't know. But it's a combination of my mood, especially, and the moves themselves, and the music. It's amazing because sometimes the music is not that great. It is not all the time, of course, but sometimes. It could be something that is against the class. I don't know. But if the three things are okay, so it will be an amazing class. Yes.
Excellent. What else would you like to share with the Tamily while you have this audience?
Well, I would like to say to all of them that they are just there, that I love them all because they are amazing. When I started in the Tamily, when I started working out with the Tracy Anderson method, I didn't know about this Tamily thing. And okay, I don't know, I cannot remember when I started to follow or be part of Tamily community. But I must say that I feel great every day because I received like a big hug from all of the women that are part of this. So yes, I want to share that I cannot just one thing that is important during the lockdown. I don't know, I had a feeling, a negative feeling, and I didn't want to post anymore. But it was, I don't know, I cannot explain the reason. Maybe because I was not happy with this COVID issue and the lockdown itself. I really don't know. But one day I was thinking about not to do it anymore, not to pay attention to my Instagram account, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't do it because I missed a lot all of you, all the women. Really, it happened to me, and this is because I feel great there. And this is because I belong to that place. So that's why I am here. And when I received your request, I felt so happy. And yes, because I said I talked to myself and I realized that I am part of this. I cannot leave it. Yes, it's because of you, because of all of you.
Well, I think we all go through like some, just phases where we want to post every day and that's important to our routine. And then sometimes we don't want to, but the community is always still there. And, you have tons of awesome workout videos on your page. And we've noticed that there haven't been any recently, but it's okay to be in space. You're still part of this.
Yes, I am here, always here, but I will be posting soon. Be patient.
Absolutely. Well, it's been really awesome getting to know you better and hearing, about your journey, and what an inspiring member of the Tamily that you are as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Susan. Absolutely. I'm so happy. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I sent you a big hug from here, from South America.
Thank you. I send you one too. Well, thank you for being our 105th Ask Tamily interview, and this video will go on to the Ask Tamily page now, and then we'll also put it on YouTube in a few days.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Tamily.
Bye, Tamily.